Hello, hello, hello. It's Lo, and it was my birthday yesterday. I turned 33, 33 years, and years just means how many revolutions around the sun, you know. So, I mean, being on the Earth 33 years, going around the sun 33 times, that's pretty cool. I feel really good. I had a great day yesterday. Pretty much really chill. Hung out with my son, played some games. We played piano together. Playing around. I was on my gymnast rings. It was really cold. I did like two sets and I was done. And I came inside to finish my workout. But an overall great day. Then my partner, my future wife, came home. Shelby, shout out to her. Then we went out to dinner and we had a good time. And overall, everything's good. The past year to 18 months have been crazy, and I've learned a lot. I guess that's how you learn, is through the pain, the experience. With the birth of my son in September 21, the death of my father in April of 22, and now here I am in March of 2023. I'm saying numbers like 21, 22, 20, 2023. And I'm 33, and like I said, I'm grateful to have the people I have in my life. I'm grateful to be around and to be able to learn and to be able to experience things. And I've come to some perspective shifts, some things that have really changed the way that I think about things. I've been in this body for 33 years, but the body has changed so much, from the time I was a newborn till right now. And we could say we're the same person, but are we? Do we own this body, or does it just own us? Or are we just melding and ever changing, just like our minds and our bodies? And people say you have a body. Maybe the body has you. Maybe you're just here and it's your job. You're like a caretaker for the body. But people say that about a lot of things. Last year I read a book called The Dispossessed, and it touched on this topic. And I don't actually know why I'm talking about this, but I guess it's a good time because I feel like anytime you have a birthday, it's kind of a time where time becomes a thing. You go, oh, today I am whatever age you are, 32, 33. And some people will label themselves as old, but for me, I don't use that word because I feel like old is a state of mind. Old is the state of mind of feeling like you are at the mercy of something, like you are just a leaf floating down a river. I don't feel like that. I feel like I have been able to become involved in my evolution with each revolution around the earth. So for me, or the sun, not this, the earth rotates or the earth rotates on the axis. It revolves around the sun. I feel like I became involved in my evolution, and it feels good. So I don't use the word old. I meet people much older than me who don't even use the word old. I feel like anyone who's using the word old is on their way to disability, and I don't care if that means you're 20 or 70. If you say you're old, you're probably on your way to being disabled. For me, I want to be able-bodied and able-minded as long as possible. So back to possession. I feel like when people say I have a body, really, you are the caretaker of the body. If we start looking at it like that, maybe it would be easier to feel younger as we get older. Like I feel youthful right now. I'm 33, and I think actually I know I feel better than I did when I was 25. I feel better than I did when I was 28. I feel better than I was at 29. I feel better than I was last year. I feel better than I was yesterday. And I feel like that's the key for growth. So when people have New Year's, we talk about like New Year's Day on January 1st. How about your New Year can be any day you choose? Your New Year can be me and my brother Art have this, and our New Year is March 15th, which is next week, because that was around the time we made the decision to really change our lives towards the beginning of COVID. And this is important because you can literally change the way you look at your life if you start taking control of what you can. So we call it a birthday, but just as easy, any day can be a rebirth day where you can be reborn anew and let go of the old character you were yesterday, the things that were holding you back, the things that were limiting you, whether it's the words you say or the things that you do that are not helping you to do any better. So like I said, people will say like we have time. It's like really time has you, and all you can do is find ways to slow it down for yourself. Because this flow state is a subjective state where we can put ourselves in positions where we can go from one place to another. And people will say, "Wow, how'd you do that?" It's like you can slow time down if you are active enough. And it's not slowing it down like I'm slowing down for everybody. For you, you can slow things down by doing what you enjoy and putting yourself through challenging experiences. So that's something I've learned in the past few years, especially, is that the more I expose myself to challenges, the more that I uh, push myself to the limits and try new things and push myself to the edge of my comfort zone, I am able to learn. I am able to grasp a state of slow time, and I'm able to synthesize new ideas. And for me, it feels good to be able to do that. And I feel where a lot of people, I hear people speak and they'll say, I don't have creativity or no imagination. And I feel like everyone has it, but it's how you use it. So there's like anxiety, which is a negative form of imagination. If all of your energy is going towards that, then it's going to be hard for you to imagine new possibilities in the positive edge of life. So for me, I feel like having that ability to imagine, not I do use, I'll be honest, all discretion, I use anxiety as a tool for myself, but I use it because it comes, and what else are you going to do with it? You either try to ignore it, which doesn't work, you resist it, which also doesn't work, or you embrace it and go, okay, this is a possibility. What do I do now? You know, like zombie apocalypse. What do you do in a zombie apocalypse? Well, I don't know, dude, but I would like to be able to run. I'd like to be able to fight. I would like to be able to hunt. I would like to be able to pick up my son and run. I said run, but you know what I mean? I want to be useful in that situation. So that's how I'd use anxiety in that place. But as I get older, I'm realizing that these ideas are making, really. Like if we allow something to get in our mind, like that's on us. But now it's also up to us what we do with it. So overall, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to live, to learn, to experience and make mistakes, to battle with what makes me feel lesser, to aim towards my higher self, to give love and care, attention and service and knowledge to anyone I can, and to receive the same from everyone I meet. And that's something I've learned as well. Is not only can we learn, like having a son, I've learned a lot from him. Just being around him, just seeing him grow, honestly, has taught me more than, they say like as a father, you're supposed to, you teach your kid. Not really. I don't think that. I think that's where we messed up. Is I think that we lost our state of childlike nature, where we can get on the ground and play and laugh and imagine and just give our eyes to another person's eyes and not look at your phone and be there with someone and very present. I've learned the flexibility of a child, the way they move through the world, the way they are curious, the way they're interacting with everything, the way they do things, and they're like experimenting. So in that way, we are scientists. We are experimenting in the world and on our bodies, and that's our choice if we do that. And that's where I want to get to. I want to say with this video right here, since it's my birthday yesterday, I didn't do it yesterday, but I wanted to say it today. I wanted to start this as a rebirth day. Yesterday was my 33rd birthday, and what a better time than now, or than whatever, to change everything, to go, okay, this is what I intend from now on. So this is what I want to tell you. I intend to help anyone I can, to do all the research I can to help anyone do anything they want to do. Now, I know that sounds like a grand goal, and that sounds probably crazy to a lot of people, but that is really my goal and my intention to everybody. I have no ulterior motive. I'm not looking for anything. All I want is to be able to help people live a healthy, long life in a fun and functional body. That's it. To be able to do the things they love for longer, to be able to be a better friend, brother, sister, mother, father, uncle, nephew, niece, whatever you are. We all come from somewhere. We're all sons and daughters of somebody. We all probably have a brother or a sister, whether that's a biological or not. We have friends of some sort, and if you don't, I guarantee you'll find them because they're out there, and we're all in this together in one way or another. But I just want to give people that hope and that spark that I could have used back when I first started this whole thing. Because when I started, I didn't know anyone like directly. I had like intimations with people who were really making great changes in their life, but as on the health front, I didn't really know anyone getting really healthy. So for me, it was very new to me, and I had to use a lot of mentors online, like on YouTube and things like that, reading and just researching and trying to understand all this stuff in order to make it work. And it took years and years of trying and failing and working and not working and figuring this all out that I've been able to get here. And like I said, all I want to do is be able to help other people do the same, whether they want to get physically healthy or mentally healthy, whether they want to create something, whether they want the confidence to speak, whether they want the charisma or the agility, or just have some fun. We all have things we can work on to become better at, and that's what I feel like. I don't take it personal that I need to get better at certain things. So for me, that's one thing I think I've always held. Not always, I say always, but there's been times where I really didn't. But I feel like for most of my life, I have held that I could get better at something, that I could seek to be better at something. And for now, but from now on and from certain moments on, I was just thinking, like, it doesn't matter. Like, if somebody tells me I'm not good at something, then that's a challenge, and I should probably try and get better at that if I care about it. Like, certain things like communication. I'm not the best at it, and I'm trying to get better, especially for, my partner, because she's amazing, and I should be able to tell her what's going on when it's going on. But normally what happens is it's some weird idea or research I've been doing, and I don't want to unload it on her because I feel like it's burdenous, And I'm sure a lot of people feel like that, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like we all have similar ideas about how things work. So my failing of communication is that I tend to unload on people, and I feel like it's a burden. Therefore, I don't communicate with them because I don't want to burden them. And the opposite is true, because I love when people talk to me, but I like physically talking to people. I like to talk to you. I want to hear your voice and see your eyes. I want to be face to face, and if I want to help you to eat better, I want to be with you when you eat. Or work out, and you want to work out, let's go for a walk, let's go for a run, let's get out and experience something together, not by proxy and through pictures and internet. Like, I don't think that works in the long run. It works for a short period of time, but it doesn't work for the long run. So for me, this is where I'm at, and I just want to commit to doing all I can to help other people live longer, better lives. And by each of us has that. We could all learn to be better, and just by becoming better, we can help our children become better, we can help our friends become better, we can help our family become better. And it's not about like preaching to someone and telling them, oh, you need to do this. It's just about, hey, I do this is fun, this is cool, you could too. There's a lot of limiting beliefs in society where people just don't think it's for them, like I'm genetically gifted and they're not. I don't think that's true, and I think I think that people have a misconception, because the problem is that when you don't see somebody, they don't exist, if that makes sense. Like for years I was unseen by so many people I know, and during that time I didn't exist to them. Therefore, they never saw me in a different form than I am now, if that, you understand? So the only way for them to know me is through the current person I am, and not the process that I went through and the progress that I had to fight through. They only saw me as the finished form before them. So I'm not gifted. I was not given anything except for a curiosity and a hunger to learn and to become better. And now I'm trying to transmute that into a way of helping others do the same in whatever capacity that is. Now, everyone knows that, of course, I'm promoting health and longevity, but also I think about philosophical topics and things like that. And that's probably why I talk a lot, because I'm constantly thinking of ways to thread together different ways, different ideas. So if you take one idea over here and one idea over here, they're connected somehow. You just got to find that thread, and that's what I'm trying to do. So we can go all the way from the earth to your body to the universe to a volcano erupting and flowing tears of lava. But, you know, overall, I just want to do this in a way that's not intimidating. I want to do it in a way that's authentic, obviously, because what else do I have? I don't have much else. Why would I tell a story? I don't have any story to tell that makes me look any better. I'm a human. I'm mortal as fuck. I make mistakes. I fail. I get back up. And at 33, I'm realizing a lot. And I'm realizing especially the impact I have on my son. He's like an instant mirror of a person. Anything I do, he does. So if I'm not aware of what I'm doing, he's already mimicking what I'm not aware of. So that I have to become ultra aware of what I'm doing. And that's why I've become even more involved in becoming present and trying to become a better role model. Because if I can see that right now, who knows what that turns into in 10 years. If I can watch him watch me become better and just strive and strive and strive and never give up, I hope that will help him to do the same. And I hope to be a father as my father was to me. Be not just a father, but when the time comes, to be his friend and to be able to sit down man to man, eye to eye, and talk and be able to give some wisdom. And one of the greatest piece of wisdom my dad gave me was just keep it simple. And that's really what I struggle with. I struggle with keeping things simple, because as simple as something can be, I could tell, for me, if I need to eat better, I just go eat better. That's simple. But is it? See, in concept, it's easy, but it's hard in application. Easier said than done, because simplicity is like what do they say? Simplicity is like the highest form of complexity. It's like you're taking everything and condensing it into one form, and then being able to give that out as a simple jewel. So for me, I've always I've strived to become more simple. But obviously with long form, I'm still working on that. But I just wanted to make a commitment. I'm really trying to help people. And whether that means, if you need direct help, I don't know who's watching this, but if anyone needs direct help, you can message me in any way this comes across. I would honestly rather help more people than anything else. I just want to show people what's possible. And if I have to be the science experiment that does it, then I will do it. Just remember, you're all scientists and artists, and I hope you have a rebirthday soon. And it doesn't have to be on your birthday. It can be any day where you decide enough is enough. I'm done. I'm disgusted. And it's okay, because that's another thing I just want to say. I reached a point, I remember way back when, there's been points in my life where I just do the same thing for so long, I get disgusted with myself. Almost like when I was drinking too much. I was just disgusted of drinking too much. When I was smoking too much, I get disgusted. There's things that you're doing that are making you disgusted, and it feels empty. And I think that's the key. That's where it leads you, is emptiness. When something's not fulfilling, it is empty. And if you keep doing it, it's even more empty. It doesn't make it less empty. This applies to drugs, habits, situations, people, anything. If it feels empty, then that might be time to move on and do something different. So this works for everything. Keep your curiosity and find and aim away from the empty. Once it feels empty, the time there is done. And if it helped you for whatever time to be therapeutic, or the training wheels through a hard time of your life, let them go. Because now it's time to do the hard work. Because the hard work is really facing yourself. And I feel like what I'm leading to is a spiritual life. And I find that my spirituality has grown tremendously with discipline. And discipline for me just means that I do what I don't want to do, but I do it anyway. Why? Because I know that these small things add up. Each day adds into the year. Each second adds into the day. Each grain of sand fills up a beach. Each step counts towards your steps for the day. If you got one of those pedometers that counts your steps, you know what I mean? You don't know what you're doing until it's already there. So if you apply yourself every day for a year, or let's say 3 days a week for a year, that is 3 times 52, which is 156 days out of the year. If you apply yourself that way, 3 days out of the week doing whatever, exercise, eating better, you will see a difference. But if you did it more, you would see more of a difference. You see the thing? But the thing with progress is it doesn't happen right away. So that's where I'm now reflecting back on my life, and I'm seeing that everything started very small, and here I am. So I know this video is long, but like I said, I just hope everyone can have a good rebirth day. If you're feeling at that point in your life where things aren't the way you want them to be, if you notice anything that can be fixed or helped, there's a wealth of information out here, and that's what I've used my whole life. And if I can help you in any way, that is my commitment. So I have a quote, and I will end the video with this quote. There's a quote by I actually don't know who it's by. I read it today and I thought it was interesting because it's so simple, but it's back to the keep it simple thing. But it just says, easy things, hard life, hard things, easy life. So have a good day. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.